Hi everybody, this is Angel Arts and welcome to another brand new Let's Play. Today we are going to be playing Loren, the Amazon Princess. Now, I never heard about this game until Hannah, my friend Hannah, who has been in my Dragon Age Season 2 tabletop campaign, and we've also been doing a lot of projects, collaborative projects together, like Dawnforge Cast or Andrew's the Ballad of Loren tabletop campaign that he's running, as well as Hannah's also doing the playthrough of Divinity Original Sin 2 with me. She highly recommended this game for me because the way she described it to me, it's kind of a combination, if we were to have visual novels, like the visual novel dating sims, and the Dragon Age franchise came together and made a baby. This is kind of what that game could be. So it does visually play like a visual novel. I believe complete with romances, but it is also a great adventure that includes combat and party selection. And when you build your character at the beginning of the game, you get to select between two types of characters. You get to pick their class, you get to pick their personality, and obviously you make choices all throughout. It sounds like a game that's right up my alley, and I think it's going to be super fun. I'm very excited to see what the combat is going to be like, and I believe you can also equip. You have inventory too. You can equip weapons and armor, I think, and of course cast spells during the combat, which is turn-based, which I really like. I enjoy turn-based a lot. It's maybe not as flashy and not as realistic as some of the more recent, real-time combats that tends to happen in modern RPGs nowadays. But I miss the classic turn-based Final Fantasy turn-based style RPGs a lot. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to being able to play a game that has a lot of the Dragon Age, Mass Effect, BioWare elements, but also having the visual novel dating sim elements too. I think that's going to be perfect. So we're going to see. We're going to go ahead and start the game now, and as you can see, I did also get the expansion, because I trust Hannah that much that I'm going to enjoy this game thoroughly, that I went ahead and bought the bundle expansion. Ooh, select your playstyle. Standard. Characters start with one known skill. Characters gain a new skill point every 2 levels. We get skills too? That's awesome. Character gain normal stamina / spell points each level up. For players who want to discover each new skill gradually and be rewarded often for level up, allowing more customization. I kind of like that. I feel like I'm going to go for standard. Tactics. Characters start with 5 known skills. Characters gain a new skill point every 3 levels. Interesting. So you get front-loaded with a bunch of skills right from the get-go. But then, as their leveling is slower, they only gain a new skill point every 3 levels instead of every 2 levels. And then characters gain 20% less stamina spell points each level up. For players who want to start with many known skills to try combos and are willing to sacrifice level up rewards and customization. I think I'm going to start with standard for my first playthrough, and tactics sounds like something I would try after I figured out the game. I'm still learning everything, and so tactics is something probably do after the fact. All characters always gain 3 attribute points every level, and the maximum level is 30. Okay, let's go with standard. We're gonna do standard. I like the music. Inside the monastery, there is only one lit room at this late hour. Just enough light to see the empty pages of a thick book. A hooded monk leans over the desk inside with a quill in hand. I am the monk. I am the monk. I am here to write a tale so epic that I cannot sleep until it is told. So here I write the tale of the Amazon Princess Loren. I start this tale from the very beginning, back in a time when the world was blissfully unaware of the turmoil to come. Ooh. We begin high in the mountains, deep in a mighty forest. A sword slices the head of a training dummy clean off, and it falls in pieces around the feet of a tall, raven-haired woman. I love how the images is not static. You can see that something as simple as blinking of the eyes makes this experience a lot more dynamic. It make it seem like you're actually in front of real characters. I love that level of detail. That's a really cool little thing they added. Every morning, the servants would mend the training equipment so that it may be destroyed again by their princess's hand during the next training session. One sword was not enough for this fierce warrior. No, she considered a shield dead weight and an empty hand a death wish. Princess Loren would only fight with a sword in each hand. Ooh, so she's a dual class fighter. Where are the other dummies? There are no one left, my grace. She was displeased to learn that her training would end so early today. She crossed her arms and stared down her attending servants. Then perhaps one of you should fetch a sword. The slaves gulped in unison after having witnessed what damage the princess could do. But before anyone could move, the piercing cry of a griffin fell from the skies. Just then a messenger ran into the training grounds, panting for breath. Princess Loren, the captain, she has returned. Alone, your majesty. Loren broke into a run. She ran as fast as she could to the main square inside the citadel. The Amazon scouts had landed with their griffins just as she arrived. The captain of the guards, Breza, looked extremely grave as she approached her. Loren knew instantly that the news the scouts carried would not be a routine report. Your Majesty, tell me. A scout stepped forward and placed a hand over her heart in salute. Queen Karen has been lost. Loren's face paled. She disappeared into the night. As of now, we do not know what happened to her. There's not a trace? We search high and low, your Majesty. She is not in Amazon territory. Then we have no choice in this matter. With the queen lost, Princess Loren must become our new queen. No, my mother is still alive and still the queen. She is not dead. You did not find her body. Searching for her must be our top priority. Your Highness, you know that is against law to leave the citadel. Your mother's fate is too uncertain. That is precisely why we must try to find her. I will search for her myself, if I have to. Her hard glare challenged anyone to say otherwise. New quest, find Queen Karen. Find the missing Amazon Queen, reward 1000 XP. You just discovered your first quest. Quests give large experience point rewards once completed. To view the quest, use the Q key or click the icon that appeared at the top right of the screen. Clicking that icon will also access the party management screen. Oh my goodness. So we're Princess Loren. Plate helm. Look at all this. I love this. Shoulder. Look at us. We've got armor, everybody. This is so cool. Alright. Tempered longsword, standard short sword. She's a warrior blade master. On this panel, you see the general information about the selected party member. Class, level, experience, actual maximum hit points, actual maximum spell, stamina points. Oh, it's just like Dragon Age. You can have spell points or mana or stamina. The base class can be one of the following: warrior, thief, or mage. The specialization class is unique for each member of the party. You can read more about classes and skill trees in the skill panel, which you can access by clicking on the war axe icon on the top right of the screen. The bar below the classes' names is the experience bar that shows how close the character is to leveling up. Cool. I'm not going to unequip that. Wow, look at all these skills. Find Queen Karen. Find the missing Amazon Queen. I guess these are like main quests and secondary quests or something. Oh, and here's... Ooh. Restores 30 of targeted allies' stamina. Potion of minor healing, minor vitality. Restores 50 of target allies' hit points. This is so cool. I'm loving this already. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Wow. Toughness. Increases character's maximum hit points by 50%. And there's a skill tree. Taunt. Increase all enemies' hate towards a warrior by 50 points so that they're more likely to target him. Power attack. Increase damage by 15% but reduces speed. Look at all of this. Stun. Greater increase to an enemy's stagger value. Has 40% chance of inflicting confusion. Push. Pushes a staggered enemy to the back row. If there is someone behind, they swap positions. And has a 40% chance to cause the scared condition. That is super cool. Okay. That is super cool. In the party management screen, you can also review and equip each character. Check the available skills, manage the party inventory, and of course, the quest screen. Your Highness, Breza looked conflicted. Your mother appointed me as the enforcer of Amazon law, and I must decree, if you leave the Citadel, you forfeit all support from the Amazons. What? When you abandon the Citadel, you abandon your title. That is what the Great Mothers dictated. Loren took in a deep breath. She would be denied the armory, the military, or even access to the royal treasure. I'm getting some Wonder Woman vibes here right now, guys. Then so it must be. I will find my mother by myself. Loren! Breza closed her mouth and looked to her side. Majesty, do not apologize, Commander. You are doing your duty, and the Queen will honor that when she returns. The Amazons may not be able to help you, but we will give you a promising individual who will aid you. The monk pauses for a moment, looking at what was just written before continuing. And that is how it all began. Loren is a powerful fighter, but lacks healing skills. Your playable character has the specialization class Hero that will be helpful throughout the whole game. Now is time to choose your character. Click to select Saren, a male human. He has been a slave for his entire life, born from a captured Imperial soldier. Click to select Eleanor, a female elf. She traded her freedom for protection at a very young age. I'm going for the blonde, hunky slave, Saren. Although, don't get me wrong, Eleanor's cute too. But I'm gonna go with Saren. Select your class. I can't be a mage? Why can't I be a mage? Oh, I want to be a mage. That's disappointing. Click to select warrior. Warriors have lots of hit points, can wear heavy armor, but move slowly and have limited long-range combat skills. So, classically in many of these types of games, like Dragon Age and tabletop gaming, I apologize if David's watching. Don't listen to the next few seconds. The warrior is actually my least favorite class. I'm sorry, David. I'm talking to Reclusiarch / Artifactor. The warrior is my least favorite class. It's not my jam. It's not my style of fighting. Not my thing. Mage or caster or healer specifically is more my jam. But since that's not available, my second archetype character that I like to play is the roguish characters or the thief. Skill-heavy characters. Thieves are very quick and can inflict deadly blows to incapacitated targets but have fewer hit points and cannot wear heavy armor. I'm fine by that. Thieves are weaker than warriors and usually stay in the back row on the battlefield, though if well equipped can sustain some damage. Remember that you can use Loren's guard action to protect any thief or mage positioned in the back row. When do I get to be a mage? But I can't be a mage. Boo. Guess I wasn't born that way. Alright, fine. You want me to travel with a man? A very hunky man, at that. She surveyed the young man more than a bit warily. Males were not well received among the Amazons, and their only function was seen to be as a means to procreate. Oh, well. We found a lot of talent in him, Your Majesty. Please hear him out. It is an honor to meet you, Princess. He bowed to her deeply. He is the son of our strongest warrior and most loyal slave. He has received their greatness and has also demonstrated a talent in healing. There is no doubt he will be a faithful servant. I kind of wish that they made his appearance look more rogue-like if you chose him as a rogue. He still looks like a warrior to me. Is that true, man? Speak. Yes, your highness. Skill. Strength. Strength is a primary attribute of warriors, determining with their skill attribute how much damage they do and their skills and attacks, both melee and ranged. Warrior attack power equals strength plus skill divided by 2. For every class, strength influences how many hit points characters get each level up. Oh, 5 hit points every point of strength. And the stagger threshold, how much damage the character can sustain before becoming staggered. Skill. Skill is the primary attribute of thieves, determining with their strength attribute how much damage they do with their skills and attacks, both melee and ranged. Thief attack power equals skill plus strength divided by 2. For every class, skill influences greatly the character's speed and defense values, and slightly the magic value. Will is the primary attribute of mages. Why can't I be a mage? Determining with their skill attribute how much damage they do with their spells. Mage attack power equals skill plus skill divided by 2. For every class, will influences how many stamina spell point characters get each level up, magic value, and defense value. The magic value measures the character's general resistance to magic attacks. I have served you and Her Majesty dutifully at the... Move the house. Ooh, move that mouse on the attributes on the left to view a quick help. I already did that. I'm already way ahead of you, game. I've served you and Her Majesty dutifully at the Healer's Quarters, the Training Grounds, or the Royal Palace. Healer's Quarters. Clinic as a healer since I was very young. I've spent most of my days in the Citadel tending the wounded, making medicine. You are the one who has cured my sparring partners? They always return to me in superb fighting condition. You are competent in your work, I'll give you that much. He has demonstrated a healing power unlike anything the Citadel has possessed before. Our own medicine women have bent on relying almost entirely on his skill. He is the primary healer? Yes, he has eliminated the need for more healers with his speed and efficiency. Ooh, so I'm like a cleric rogue. Rogue cleric. We are not sure how he learned such magic, as he was neither trained nor born of a mage. But I wanted to be a mage. How is that possible? We believe that one of his great-mothers has kept magic in his blood and guided him to us, perhaps for this very task of protecting you, princess. Gain +2 in will. Nice, because of my choices. This is pretty cool. Our choices, our historic background matter in our stats, which makes perfect sense. So far, I'm super impressed by this game. Well done, Hannah. Super impressed. Beyond his healing talent, he is a very distinguished slave on his own. Is that so? Speak to me of your accomplishments. I know my way around the battlefield. For the last several annual proving competitions, the proving grounds, I have been sponsored to enter and have won many titles. For this year's proving, I was granted top place in the arena, the target challenge, the magic trials. I am so making this guy a rogue but a mage groupie. A rogue with mage tendencies. The magic trials. No Amazon could match his will and cleverness. Gain another +2 in will and acquired the Ring of Magic. Not only has he demonstrated superior fighting ability, but he is extremely loyal. Tell them. I was allowed the honor of accompanying my mistress to the tavern, where she was disrespected by several rude drunkards. They were looking for a fight, so I offered to teach them a lesson. Sneak my mistress from the tavern. Reasoned with them. I was able to talk the Amazons down from a fight, reminding them that Queen Karen forbids such brawling, sparing my mistress from any bloodshed. My will is going way up. I'm like super mage rogue. I'm more of a mage than a rogue right now nowadays. It is true. He has respected his mistress deeply, as he will respect you. He did not fail to craft a present for her mistress for the winter solstice. Tell her, what was that last gift you made? I showed my loyalty to her by giving her a powerful sword, a beautiful book, a beautiful bow, a rare... he's so book smart. I'm not purposely picking all of the will-based attributes. I'm just picking what I feel my character would... I'm just role-playing what my character would actually do. And it just so happens everything that would make sense for me, for the character I'm picturing for Saren, happens to be the one that's will-based. It was a fortunate find at the marketplace, and I knew my mistress was fond of ancient arcane literature. She revealed to me later that it had taught her much about the ways of magic, and I was able to learn from her. Gained +2 on will. She received the gift very well, and I was praised. I was happy to just give her a small emblem of her strength and wisdom. Unfortunately, even my mighty mistress was not invincible. She succumbed to a grave illness, and in her last days, she called me to her side. She granted me one reward for my service, and I chose a shield, leather armor, an enchanted... I want all the magics! She granted me her heirloom ring, which was only jewelry to her, but when I placed it on my finger, I felt a great surge in my magical power. I'm basically building a mage. Gain +2 will and Ring of Speed, and his loyalty does not end there, your highness. Saren has demonstrated an act of a true servant of the Citadel. I was approached by another slave. They spoke of fantastic lands and cities and life away from the Citadel. I associated with this person to the point that he confided in me a plan to escape. He wished for me to come with him, and I convinced him not to escape. Reported him to authorities, refused but helped to free him. You what? This man spoke hatred towards the queen, and since I knew the Amazons did not want such a weakling in their service, I helped to get rid of him. I know in my heart that servants of the Citadel all wish to be here, and I do not like to see someone who doesn't. Gain +2 in skill. Loren was silent. It will be a difficult loss to let go of our most prized slaves. However, I will trust you with no one less, my princess. Are you happy with your choice, or do you wish to start the creation again? Nope, let's continue. Are you willing to put your life in the line for my cause? Without hesitation. I suppose you will be satisfactory. Loren demanded an immediate departure, as leaving could not be too soon with her mother missing. Chapter 1. The Rescue. Oh my. Game difficulty. Please select the game difficulty. Difficulty will affect enemy strength, the impact of elemental resistance, and other aspects of the game. If you played RPGs before, we recommend the normal difficulty. I'll go with normal. This is the default difficulty level. You should be able to win most battles by trying different combinations of weapons or heroes. However, the boss battles can be tough. Ooh, there's boss battles in here too. Remember that if you find the game too easy or too hard as you play, you can change the difficulty at any time from the preferences screen. Awesome. I like that. Loren instructed Saren to take care of any business in the Citadel before they left. You will be able to shop in each town you travel to. At the start, you have only basic equipment and are carrying a few potions. Potions will be very useful in some battles, especially at the hard difficulty level. All items you own will be stored in the party inventory, which you can access anytime by pressing the I key. Oh my goodness. Change party setup. Review your party setup before proceeding. Wow. Back row. Bodyguard, because I'm a weakling. The current party limit is 6. Must be in party, Saren, Loren. Click to finish, select and click again to place the character. Nice. The shop. Oh my. Ring of Magic. Category Jewelry. Increases 5 in Magic. Ring of Speed. 5 in Speed. I like that. Do I have any weapons? I don't have any weapons. I probably should equip myself with a weapon. And I have no armor. Okay, Scroll of Magic Restoration. Resurrect a knocked out character and heals into 60% of total points. Usable only by the mage class. I want the mage, though. Potion of Minor Haste. Increases target speed by 30% for 3 turns. I do have weapons. Oh yeah, I do have armor. And I have weapons. Okay, that's fine. At least I'm gonna peruse through the shop and see what there is. Bracers of the Orcs. Chain Girdle of Determination. Ring of Defense. Raven's Bandana. That's pretty awesome. Reinforced Cap. It'd be nice if I could actually see what I have equipped in the shop, so I don't have to like click back and forth. So I don't have a neck piece, or legs, or feet. Oh. We're gonna equip that. Feet, legs, waist, and neck. Chain leggings. Feet, legs, waist, and neck. It'd be nice if there was a way to filter out, like, only show the items that specific characters can wear. This is chain armor, padded armor, heavy armor, heavy armor, heavy armor, heavy armor, armor, cap. Okay, I don't see any waist or chain or feet, so it's okay. I'm gonna save my money for right now. Castle. Saren and Loren walked up to Commander Breza. You remain, Your Highness. Have you reconsidered claiming the title of Queen? Absolutely not. I am preparing for my journey. I do not know how long I will be gone, but my hope is for not very. Of course. You seem suspiciously eager to forget Queen Karen. How dare you? You are a slave. You speak when you are spoken to. Silence. He is speaking in my interest. I am surprised in you, too. This is your queen you are dismissing so easily. Do not forget that she will return, and will hear of your actions to rescue her. Yes, Majesty. I mean only to enforce Amazon traditions, not to dishonor Karen. Queen Karen. Breza gulped and corrected herself, shooting a large, sharp look towards Saren. So, of someone who's a very big, like, law-abiding... It's her job. I get it. I totally get it. Moments earlier, Breza has been singing her praises, but now there was an uncomfortable air between them. Review your party setup before proceeding. Yeah, we're done. I'm gonna see how difficult normal is with my current setup, with the current equipment that I am defaulted with. Upon seeing Saren approach the front gates, Loren demanded an immediate departure. They would leave the security of the Citadel and cross the plains of Aravorn to search for her mother, no matter how long it took to find her. The first place to visit was the town of Grimoire, in the Human Empire. Saren's first goal was to reach the city of Grimoire, the capital of the Human Empire. But it was a dangerous road, plagued by goblins and bandits. When they arrived, however, they would be able to begin their investigation. New Crest, travel to Grimoire. Travel to the nearby Human's Empire town of Grimoire. Reward 100 XP. Loren and her ally were walking down a road in the middle of the plains en route to the town of Grimoire. Even though Loren was quiet, Saren knew that she was thinking only of saving her mother. The only clue we have is that my mother's guards have disappeared as well. If we find them, then we find my mother. That is a good plan, Your Highness. Their relationship was as one might expect between a servant and royalty. Saren quietly followed the princess and would only praise and agree with her when given the chance to speak. He was used to being less formal, but then he had never served royalty before. Loren noticed nothing about his behavior because she was quite used to it. This is the only way out from the Citadel, so the Queen must have passed by here. It would be very helpful if there were any witnesses to unusual activity, but, Your Highness, may I ask a question? Loren glanced at him with a frown. This was the first time he had dared to speak out of turn. It's really interesting playing a subservient character, a slave character to a royal. I'm very excited to see how these two characters' relationships is going to evolve and grow over time. If you must, but I cannot promise that I will answer. Why aren't we using a griffin to travel now? They're faster than walking and much safer. That's a good question, Saren. What is the... I think I know what the in-game reason, because, you know, this would be a really boring game without any combat if we just flew everywhere and avoided all combat. But I'd love to hear what the out-of-game... Like, what the... Well, I'm sorry. That's the out-of-game reason. I'd love to hear what the in-game reason is that we're going to be traveling on foot. Clever game. You fool. Aren't you aware of the laws of my people? Oh, convenient. It's a law. Saren took a step back, fearful for his life. For the most part, yes. My choice to leave the Citadel took away my privileges. The Griffins are not allowed to me. Okay, that makes sense. Couldn't you change the laws? As queen, but I am not queen. My mother is. I see. I'm sorry that I asked, Your Highness. Now you know. Don't forget it. I guarantee that I shall not, Your Highness.